Alrighty then, welcome back to Twitworkz core training. In this section, we will go over the setup and configuration of an individual Twitter account in Twitworkz. Here are a few general guidelines to remember for getting around Twitworkz easily. If you have a multiple or agency license, you'll probably have more than one Twitter account saved to your Twitworkz console. All your saved Twitter accounts will appear in the dashboard section with various data and a drop-down menu containing various functions that you may want to do with that account, such as view reports, edit settings, and so forth. If you do have multiple accounts, you can switch between accounts either by selecting those drop-down menus or selecting the account in the big drop-down menu on the upper left-hand side. Now, when an account is selected or active, any account-based menu items will be wired to the selected account, such as reports and settings. However, the dashboard, search, and Twitter account sections currently are global functions throughout. They're not account-based. You'll get the idea once you start using Twitworkz. But as I mentioned, there are single and multiple account licenses for Twitworkz. Now, if you only have one account, that account will automatically be active in the console when you log in, so you won't have to worry about selecting it. If you haven't added an account yet, that is the first thing that you must do, and I will go over that now. So let's go ahead and create your Twitter app on Twitworkz, and it's really super easy. Don't be intimidated by this at all if you've never done it before. Now, as I mentioned in the introduction, Twitworkz is completely complicit with Twitter's rules and regulations. And part of the reason for that is that you use your own app or application on Twitter. This is something you need to create on your Twitter account, and it takes about 5 minutes. It's super easy. Let me recess to that area, and I'll show you how to create a new Twitter app. So I guess the quickest way to get to the area that you need to get to in Twitter is just search for Twitter application management, and this will be the first thing that comes up. You can also just go to apps.twitter.com. So for this particular account that I have, I do not have any Twitter apps yet. Now, if you do have an existing app and it's not being used for something else, you could probably repurpose it. But what you really probably want to end up doing is just creating a brand new app. So I'm looking forward to hooking up this Twitter account that I have to Twitworkz so I can start growing this account. And just for the record, and we can check back later, but this account, I'm only following one person and I have one follower. So we're going to see how things go. If you get Hughes Twitworkz Mastery, I am going to go through how I'm going to grow this account. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. You're going to see the results, and you're going to see me just build this account into a powerhouse. But before I do that, I have to go ahead and create my app. So let me go ahead and create that app now, and just click Create New App. Now you have to submit a unique name for your application because they will kick it back if someone else has picked that name. So I'm just going to go you could call it whatever you want. I'm pretty sure this will be unique. So I'll just copy that over here because I don't really need anything else. If you do have a website, you can put it in there. You don't have to. Now, one thing you're going to need to do in your Twitworkz account is get the callback URL. I'm going to go over that in the core training section, but what you're going to want to do is that when you're creating your new app on Twitter, you want to come back here and get this from the Add Twitter Account page. You just get this callback URL, copy it, and then you need to paste that into this callback URL right here. So that has to be exactly what we have listed in Twitworkz. And then you're going to agree to the developer agreement. And then you're going to go ahead and click here, create your Twitter application. Okay, they want me to verify my mobile phone, and this is something that everyone has to do in your actual account. So you have to verify your mobile phone and your actual Twitter account before they allow you to do this. So let me just go and do that. In order to do that, you're going to go to your profile settings on your Twitter account, and you're going to click mobile here, and you're going to put your phone number in here. They're going to have me to verify that, and then we should be good to go. So I put in the code that they text me, click activate phone, and we are off to the races. So now I can go back to my app one more time and just click this. And we're all set, and you see my app is now created. There's one little tweak to the permissions that I want to make that for this app before we move on. I'm going to click the modify app permissions, and I'm going to click read, write, and access direct messages. And then after that, I'm going to click update settings. So far, and then one more item we're going to do right here on the app itself is that we're going to create an access token. So you're going to scroll down here. Of course, don't forget, click here, keys and access tokens. Scroll down, click create my access token. And you'll see now that you've got the consumer key, the consumer secret, and if you scroll down now, I've got an access token and an access token secret. And the level is the read and write messages and direct messages. And that's why we give the permissions first before we create the access token. So we'll have all these permissions in the token that we get. So that's everything that we need to do on Twitter. We're done. Nothing more has to be done to create this app, but we're going to have to collect this information: consumer key, consumer secret, access token, and access token secret. We're going to put that into Twitworkz. So let's go back to Twitworkz. All right, so you can see I've copied the 4 bits of information that I need here. And so now I can go back to Twitworkz. And in case you didn't already do that, click add Twitter account. You'll end up on this page here. And just scroll down, and we're going to create a nickname, and this one is the Funkatologist. As you can see from my Twitter account, I'm just putting in that name, and then I will put in these 4 bits of information. And once we're all done with that, all I have to do then is click the save button, and it appears to have been saved correctly. And the reason that I know that at this point is because I can see my profile picture here and my screen name. So that means it's getting the data back from Twitter. And if for some reason it didn't work for you, you're going to see an error message here, and then you're going to have to make sure that you didn't misspell anything. So just to recap, once you've created your app on Twitter, granted it permissions, saved your auth URL, and generated your access token, you need to copy and paste those 4 strings of data that I showed you into the settings for your account in Twitworkz. And once again, you're going to need the consumer key, consumer secret, the access token, and token secret from your app. Copy and paste those one at a time into the setting for your new Twitworkz Twitter account, and then we ask you to enter that friendly name for the account. And probably the best practice, as I did, is to enter the name of the screen name of the Twitter account, just so you can identify it easily. Once you've entered those bits of information, like I said, click the save button, and if you've done everything correctly, the screen will show your Twitter account info. And it'll show that that means the Twitter API was successful, and if not, you will get an error message. If for some reason your app, your Twitworkz, was unable to connect to your Twitter app, chances are you miscopied one or other of the tokens that you pasted in. So just try it again until Twitworkz gives you the success message. The other possible misconfiguration could be that you forgot to paste in the auth URL from Twitworkz, or you misspelled that into the Twitter app. And also don't forget to make sure you actually have saved and created your app on Twitter in the first place, or your Twitworkz accounts won't work at all. So that's how you connect, set up your app, and connect Twitworkz to it. So now we can get started actually doing the Twitworkz operations. So I'm going to get started with that in the next video. I'll see you there.